Welcome to this fluid yoga vinyasa in the mountains of Bhutan. Let's get started in a comfortable seated position where the spine is long and the shoulders are melting down. Allow the eyes to close and rest your attention on your breath, the natural rhythm of your inhale and your exhale, and that tiny little space in between each breath. And then start to find your ujjayi breath, that slight constriction at the back of the throat, as you elongate your inhales and your exhales. While you breathe, draw energy up the spine from the earth beneath you. Consider an intention for your practice and draw the hands to the heart. Take an inhale and a long exhale all the way out. The eyes can blink open. Make your way into a tabletop, coming onto hands and knees, and moving through some cats and cows. Linking your breath with your movement. On your inhale, shine the heart forward. On your exhale, round through the spine. Add any other movements that would feel good. Maybe that's some circles through the hips, or perhaps you're opening and closing the mouth to create a little more space in the jaw. Tuck the toes under, the hips go high, come into your down dog. Pedal out the feet, allow for softness in the knees. Press all 10 fingers into the earth. Become aware of all 10 toes and come up onto the balls of the feet. Drop the heels to the right and then take it to the other side. The heels go left. Back through center, take a mindful walk to the top of the mat. Inhale to your flat back, exhale, fold. Hold on to the elbows and rock a little bit side to side as you send your breath into your back body. Notice the expansion of the rib cage on your inhale, a softening on your exhale as you release and come to standing. Inhale to reach the arms overhead and move into a side bend, reaching over towards the right, the hips shifting to the left. Take it to the other side, reaching left, the hips go right. Come into a standing back bend. Bring the hands to the low back and start to lift the chest. Keeping the core engaged, hug the low ribs down and lift through the pelvic floor. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Draw the shoulder blades towards one another as you fold over the legs. The knuckles reach away from you. Release the hands and step back to your high plank. On your exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. A cleansing breath. An inhale and a long exhale out. Inhale and jump to the top of the mat. Fold over your legs. Come to standing. And on your exhale, flow back over the legs. Inhale, flat back, and exhale to fold. Step the left leg back, your low lunge. The left knee releases down and the arms reach up overhead. Sink a little deeper into the hips. Hold on to the left wrist with the right hand and find a side bend. Send your breath out the left side of the rib cage. The left hand plants down and the right hand can rest on the top of the right leg as you twist it out. Your three-legged dog. Curl the back toes under and lift the right leg high and peel the hip open. Find some gentle movement, maybe circling the knee. And then steady out the hips and draw the knee to the nose. Kick it high, right knee, right elbow. Kick the leg high, Draw it across the body to the left elbow. Kick the leg back out and step it into your pyramid pose. Adjust your stance, draw length on the inhale, and on your exhale, fold. Take any variation with the arms that would feel good. Maybe that's holding on to the back leg or coming onto tented fingers. Bring length to your spine and step to the top of the mat. Inhale for your flat back and exhale to fold. Step the right leg back, this time your low lunge. The knee releases down and the arms reach up. Get really bright through the tips of the fingers, using the arms to support your entire body, a sense of reaching up. The left hand holds onto the right wrist to find a side bend. Right hand plants down, the left hand to the top of the left leg as you find your twist. Curl the back toes under, lift the left leg high for your three-legged dog and peel the hip open. Send breath into the hips. Draw the left knee to the nose. Kick high. Left knee, left elbow. Kick the leg high and then draw it across the body to the right elbow. Kick it high. The left leg steps to the top of the mat for your pyramid. Adjust your stance and fold over your left leg, taking any variation with the arms that you found on the other side. Release and step to the top of the mat. Inhale for your flat back. Exhale to fold. Come into your chair. Namaskar B, one breath per movement, fold over the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step the legs back, your high plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale to shine your heart forward. Exhale, press it back, down dog, a warrior one on the right. The right foot steps through. Inhale to reach the arms overhead. Exhale, the hands plant. The right leg steps back. Lower down on your exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, a warrior one on the left side. The left leg steps to the top of the mat and the arms powerfully reach up overhead. Exhale, the hands plant. Step the left leg back and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale for 5 breaths in your downward facing dog. Steady out your breath. Notice your heart rate. Smooth things out as you breathe here. Look to the top of the mat, a jump or a step. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to come into your chair just for a breath. Come to standing. The hands come to the heart. Your mountain pose. Grow a little bit taller here. Inhale through the crown of your head all the way to the soles of the feet. Exhale back out through the crown of the head. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead and exhale to fold. Inhale your flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing and hug the right knee up and into the chest at the top of the mat. Start to peel the right leg open towards the right. Maybe you look over the left fingertips. Press the shin into the right hand just as much as the hand is holding on, and then bring the leg around to find your eagle wrapped legs. The left elbow comes underneath the right. The elbows reach up and the forearms press away from the face. Sink a little lower in your hips. Unwrap the legs and step the right leg back to your crescent warrior. You land on the ball of the back foot. The arms reach up overhead. Twist it out, your prayer twist. The hands come to the heart. The right elbow crosses to the outside of the left knee. Stay here, pressing energy, or find your bind. Release the bind and come into your side plank. The right hand down, the left arm reaching up, pressing up through your bottom hip. Step to your crescent warrior. The left leg steps to the top of the mat and the arms reach. Interlace the fingers at the low back. Taking your time, start to shift forward and fly into your bird. Maybe you imagine you're flying through a beautiful blue sky, looking at snow-capped mountains beneath you. It's graceful as you hug the right knee back up and into the chest at the top of the mat and eagle wrap your legs. The right leg on top of the left elbow underneath the right. Breathe. Release and come to standing, and then sit back into your chair. Fold over the legs. Inhale your flat back. Exhale, fold. Take a yogi toe lock. The middle and index fingers wrap up the big toes, and the elbows bend out to either side. Draw length to your spine. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Release your bind and slowly come to standing. On your inhale, the arms reach up overhead, and on your exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Steady your balance, and then hug the left knee up and into the chest. Peel the left knee open to the left and gaze over the right fingertips. Stay strong through your grounded leg. Eagle wrap the legs, the left leg on top of the right, and the right arm on top of the left. Notice the strength in your standing leg, the power in your arms as you press the elbows up and reach the forearms away from the face. Get light in the left leg and start to lift it up so that you can step it back into your crescent warrior, landing on the ball of the back foot and the arms reach up overhead. Maybe deepen your back bend. The gaze might look up a little bit, and you draw your hands to your heart so that you can twist it out over towards the right. The left elbow to the outside of the right knee, either keeping the hands at center or maybe finding a bind. If you're working with your bind, attempt to close off the gap between the torso and the right leg. Keep the pelvic floor engaged, and then slowly start to transition out. Come into your side plank and feel powerful and strong through your entire body and feel strong in your mind. Step the right leg up into your crescent warrior. Reach the arms overhead. Really reach upward with your whole body. And interlace the fingers at your low back. Transition into your bird. Take flight. Send energy out of the back foot and through the crown of the head. Hug the left knee back up into the chest in order to eagle wrap the legs. Getting steady first through your legs, and then when you're ready, begin to eagle wrap the arms. The left elbow underneath the right. Come to standing. Inhale, the arms reach overhead, and exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale for your flat back. Exhale, fold. Separate the feet mat's width distance and sit down into your malasana squat. The hands come to the heart, the knees press the elbows back, and then we'll twist it out. The left hand down, the right arm reaches up, staying here, finding your bind. Release and switch sides. The right hand releases down, and the left hand starts to reach up. You stay here with open arms or you start to find a bind. Release and find power in the legs as you come to standing. Inhale to reach the arms up and exhale to fold over the legs. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale to step or jump back. Making your way back to your downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Be mindful of the transitions as you flow through. Let your breath be your guide, and we'll all meet up in our down dog. Once there, the right leg lifts high and you peel the hip open. Draw the knee to the nose. Kick it high. Right knee, right elbow. Kick the leg high and then draw it across the body to your left elbow. Kick the leg high and then step it into your warrior two. The right fingertips reaching forward, the left fingertips reaching back. Sink into your hips. Lift through the arches of the feet and spiral out the thighs. Engage the core and reach the fingertips forward and back. Flip the front palm to reverse your warrior. Send the breath into the right lung. Lengthen the front leg and move into your triangle pose. Shift the hips backwards and crawl the fingertips forward, eventually releasing them onto the shin or maybe down onto the mat. Create one line of energy from the bottom hand to the top hand. Bring the bend back into the front knee and come into your extended side ankle. Adjust your stance and then find the variation of the arms that suits you. The left arm might be reaching overhead, or maybe you're wrapping up for a bind. Press the earth away with the feet. Engage through your core. To come out, lengthen through the front leg, move into your warrior two. Flip the front palm to reverse your warrior, and then move into your half moon balance. Shorten up your stance, and then the right hand releases down to the ground, just in front of and to the right of the right foot. Keep the left hand on the hip or reach it up towards the sky. Open through your hips. Feel expansive as you breathe through your body. Come to standing at the top of the mat. Inhale, the arms reach up, and then move them to the center of the chest. Take a dancer on the right side. The right hand reaches for the top of the right foot. Kick energy into the hand as you find the full expression of your dancer. Imagine a beautiful sphere of white light shining out through the center of your heart. Let that light fill your entire body as you move into your figure four balance. The right ankle to the top of the left leg. Shift the hips back and stay upright or fold over the legs. Work with variations here. Maybe you're crawling the fingertips over towards the left for a side body stretch. Or maybe you're working with a balance. Find some room for play. Find space in your mind as you explore your body. The right middle and index fingers wrap up the right big toe. Stay there and then slowly start to come to standing for a bound yogi toe lock, extending the leg to the right. Release the foot down. Inhale, the arms reach up and sit back into your chair. Come onto the balls of the feet. Drop the hips a little lower. Ignite in your core. The hands come to the heart. Twist towards the right. The left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Find the connection between the elbow and the knee, and then lift up the left foot so that you can step it back to a runner's lunge while you keep the elbow and the knee connected. Find your bind. Slowly start to unravel and make your way back to your downward facing dog. Drop to your knees and come to your child's pose. Let the forehead make contact with some surface, whether it's a block or the mat. Find the connection and then rock the head a little bit side to side. as you reconnect with the intention that you set at the start of class. Come into your down dog. The left leg lifts high, peel the hip open, and then draw the knee to the nose. Kick it out, left knee, left elbow. Kick it high, draw the left knee across the body to the right elbow. Send it out and step it into your warrior two. Work with drawing energy in through the core and a sense of expanding it out through the arms and the legs. Flip the front palm and reverse your warrior. Keep committed to the bend in the front knee. Lengthen the leg and move into your triangle. Even out the arms, shift the hips back and release the hand down. Your extended side angle. Bring a bend to the front knee. Keep the top hand up, or maybe find your bind. Come out and lengthen the front leg in order to come back up into your warrior two. Reverse it just for a breath and then find your half moon balance. Come to standing. Inhale to reach the arms up and then join the hands at the heart as you fold over the legs. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Come to standing. Get steady through the soles of the feet and find your dancer on the left. The left hand reaching for the top of the left foot. The right arm reaches forward. You settle in with your breath. You keep your mind focused on one single point. Stay with it as you transition to your figure four. The left ankle crosses to the top of the right leg. Staying upright, or maybe you fold. Go slow. Take your time as you explore. If you took it on the other side, maybe you start to walk the hands over towards the right, or you find variations to balance things out for yourself. The left, middle, and index finger wrap up the left big toe, and you start to extend the left leg out to the left. Plant it down and sit back into your chair. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Drop in a little bit more. Release the heels down and twist towards the left. Find the connection between elbow and knee and then start to shift so that you're able to step your right leg back to a runner's lunge. Stay here, find your bind. Release the bind and step to the top of the mat. Fold over the legs, separate the feet about mat's width distance or a little bit wider, and then reach the arms for the left leg and then the right leg. Come through center. Release the left hand down and reach the right arm up. Maybe you tuck the shoulder and you find a bind. If you've got that, challenge yourself to come up to your bird of paradise, slowly rising on your inhale, keeping the bend in the knee, or maybe you lengthen the left leg. Slowly lower all the way down. Release the arms and take a few breaths in a forward fold, holding on to the elbows. Set up for the other side. The right hand plants down, the left arm reaches up. You might tuck the shoulder behind the knee and maybe you grab your bind. From there, you decide if you start to come up into your bird of paradise. Slowly coming to stand, maybe extending the leg. Take your time to lower all the way down. Release the hands and come into a flat back. Exhale to fold. Release down into your tabletop. Move through a few cats and cows. For your inchworm, the hands start to crawl forward and you release the chest down towards the ground. Send breath into the opening in the mid and upper back, across the chest and the underarms. For your sphinx, start to lengthen the legs. Stay propped up on the forearms. Press the tops of the feet into the earth. Energetically draw the elbows back towards you so that you can broaden more through your collarbone. Find softness here, even while there's an engagement through the whole body. On your exhale, lower down. Release the arms long by the sides of the body. Inhale to lift up the head, the heart, the hands, and the feet. Long lines of energy, circuits of breath moving through you. Interlace the fingers and draw the knuckles away from you to create more length. Keep the core engaged and then lower down. Bring a bend to the knee and windshield wiper the legs, dropping them side to side or release for the low back. Plant the hands and press up to a high plank. Shift the hips high for your down dog. Lift the right leg and peel the hip open and come into your pigeon. The shin is brought to the front of the mat. And stay upright in a back bend for a few breaths. On your exhale, lower down. Slow the breath. Watch as your mind is getting clear. Observing any sensation, thought, or emotion without any judgment. Just letting things float by. Stay in your pigeon and walk the right hand out in front of you a bit so that you can reach the left hand underneath the right for a little sensation of a twist in the upper body while you're in your pigeon. Take your time to press out of it and transition to the other side. The right leg can lift high, you might peel the hip open and then release the foot down. The left leg lifts and you draw the shin to the top of the mat. Stay upright for a few breaths. Explore your back bend. When you're ready, you release down and find the fold over the left leg. Be a witness of your own inner world, undisturbed by whatever you notice. Equanimity in the mind as you release here. To find that subtle twist, you start to reach the left hand a little bit forward so that the right arm can tuck underneath. Slowly start to come up and out. You can tuck the back toes under and lift the left leg high as you peel the hip open. Plant the foot down. Come into your tabletop. Tuck the toes under and sit back on the heels for a stretch through the feet. We'll take Gomukhasana arms. The left arm will reach up, the elbow to the sky. The right hand tucks behind the back, and maybe you find your bind. Open through your heart. Release and switch sides. The right arm up, the left hand reaching for the right behind the back. Press the head back into the arms. Release and plant the hands down so that you can kick the tops of the feet into the mat. Sit back and come into Baddha Konasana. The soles of the feet come together to touch and the knees drop off to the side. Stay upright or bring your head down towards your feet. Release the hips. Soften the muscles of the back. Soften the legs. Release the feet. Space in the jaw. Inhale to come up. Extend the left leg long down the mat, the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Take a single-legged forward fold. If the hands are making contact with the foot, maybe you massage out the sole of the foot. On your inhale, slowly start to come up and hug the right knee into the chest, taking a twist, looking over the back shoulder. Come back through center and switch sides. A single-legged forward fold over the right leg. On your inhale, notice length. And on your exhale, deepen. A sweet pup friend has come to visit us from the streets of Bhutan. And so we'll welcome this sweet friend in. We'll let him settle. I think maybe we should name him Kevin. And we'll settle ourselves in as well, maybe imagining we're a sweet pup basking in the sun. As we slowly come up, hug the knees into the chest and bring your forehead towards your knees. Let this release feel really good. Come into your boat. It could be supported by holding the legs, or you might start to lengthen the arms and the legs. Lower down onto your mid back. Keep the core engaged. Come up a little bit and lower a little bit. Inhale to come up, hug the knees in, extend back out, and then slowly lower all the way down. Hug the knees into the chest. Give it a little rock side to side. We'll take one bridge or a wheel. Set yourself up, and then when you're ready, you start to lift the hips high. On your exhale, lower down. Hug the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg long. To twist it out, guide the right knee across the body towards the left. The gaze goes right. A ringing out sensation in your spine. Come back through center. The right middle and index fingers will wrap onto the right big toe. Lengthen the leg and then start to open it towards the right. Stay there, bring it through center and find a reclining split. Release and switch sides. The left knee hugs into the chest and then find your reclining twist. Guide the left knee across the body to the right. The gaze goes left. Soften all of the muscles into the mat. Really allow the earth to support you and your sense of letting go. In Bhutan, they say no hurry, no worry. So let's embrace that here. Hug the left knee back into the chest and the left middle and index finger wrap up the big toe and you open the leg to the left. Stay there or start to find your reclining split. Release the leg, hug the knees into the chest and extend the legs up to the sky. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana. The soles of the feet come together to touch and the knees drop off to either side. Release the hands overhead. See if you can quiet things internally, so much so that you can hear and sense the beating of your own heart. Like the beating of a steady drum. It starts to slow down. Everything slows down. The breath even slower. The muscles even softer. Come into Shavasana. Extend the arms and legs long down the mat. Take an inhale. A slow exhale all the way out. Imagine you could breathe in through the soles of the feet, all the way up to the crown of the head. On your exhale, you send the breath back out through the soles of the feet. Use your breath to create more space in the mind and the body. Maybe you begin to cultivate a beautiful scene in your mind, a nature scene, perhaps the mountains of Bhutan or something else that suits you. And you allow your mind to rest in this open awareness. If the mind wanders, you just simply guide it back. Take a deep breath. Bring gentle movement back to the body. Reach the arms overhead for a full body stretch. And then roll over onto one side. Let the forehead come to the mat. Rock it a little bit side to side, a little massage. And gently press up to a seat. Let the hands rest in the lap. Draw length to the spine. Notice your breath. Consider a dedication for your practice, someone or somewhere who could benefit by you working with your mind and body. And then bring your hands to your heart. Take an inhale, a long exhale. Thank you for sharing in your practice with me. I hope that you have a lovely rest of the day.